feeling heading into these regionals? How are you feeling personally as well as the group?
I think it's a little bit of nervous energy, but I think it's good energy. I think we're all very positive. Obviously, a tough time at Big Tens, but kind of regrouping from that and talking about it individually and as a team. I think we're ready for kind of that next step at regional.
Big Ten freshman year, what does that mean to you?
It was a goal coming into the season for sure. Obviously, it's great to accomplish your goals, but now it's on to new ones.
Jackson talked about Illinois, you throw up on the golf course. How do you feel like they've grown? You haven't had the experiences they have in your 1 year so far.
I've definitely grown up more than Jackson may seem, but yeah, I feel like just mentally, I've tried to grow up a lot. Coach is really good about that, and he'll call you out when he doesn't see what he wants. But trying on the golf course, obviously it's tough. I mean, coming in new, I've had bad habits from junior golf. Just trying to kind of regroup and kind of rebrand yourself a little bit. That's been a big step for me, and just trying to kind of find out who I am on the course.
How has that helped evolve or elevate your game so far?
It's a lot more consistency, I'd say. It was a pretty consistent year for me, which I was really happy about because I've struggled with that in the past. But kind of more consistency on the course and off the course with practice and kind of preparation as well.
How are you guys turning the page? Like, this is a program that wins the Big Ten literally all the time. And second place is still like Coach Nelson. It's a pretty good spot to be. But how are you guys kind of turning the page from that?
There's a lot of reflection. I think it was tough the last couple days after. It was a long ride back from Columbus. But I think just trying to realizing that that's in the past and we're our own team compared to other years in the past. Obviously, there's records here, and that's why I was recruited to come here. That's why I want to be here. But we're our own team. I think that's what Coach kind of preached, and he talks about it well. Like, I'll be mad for 2 days, but we're on to the next thing.
But I'd also imagine that lights a fire under you as a freshman for wanting to not repeat that as you have 4 years with this program.
Yeah. I mean, now the goal is to go 3 or 4 because you can't go 4 or 4. But obviously, it's unfortunate to kind of be that team that kind of lost that. But I think realizing that we are our own team is important, and I think obviously for me, it was my first postseason experience, so kind of getting that experience, obviously, I think it's going to help in the coming years.
How does a regional look for you, especially at Stanford, where a lot of people have said you just can't overpower that place? How does your game impact that?
Yeah, it's going to change a couple things up, maybe strategy-wise. We'll kind of find out when we get out there. I don't know, though. I love going back to the West Coast, being from there. Obviously, getting to see my parents would be awesome. But I think everybody has to play the same exact golf course. So it's kind of just who the best of the best, and that's what you kind of sign up for.
Does the routine change at all in terms of what you stick to on a weekly basis before each weekend? Do you have a little bit of a routine?
Yeah, I think you have a routine. Everybody on our team's here in the afternoons. Obviously, it's a little different being finals week and all, but kind of the preparation, I'd say for me personally, it's been a little bit more rest, just kind of resting my mind, knowing that the work I've done all years is going to be good enough, and just making sure that I'm physically and mentally prepared for the coming week.
Kind of building off that, have any of the upperclassmen had any words of advice to not maybe trying too hard to just stick to your game and it'll take you far?
I think so. I think all these guys, they trust me just like I trust them. So just kind of sticking to the routine, sticking to the process, and knowing that our good is good enough. And Coach preaches that as well. And I believe it personally that our good is good enough to compete.
Did you learn anything about yourself last week on a really, really difficult test?
Yeah, a lot. I realized that my maturity needs to get a little bit better. Coach probably might have said this to you all, but it was a very mature golf course last week. So kind of had to hit your spots, hit your places, and I just got extremely impatient. So kind of just realizing that a little bit, and in the next step, the next phase, trying to be a little bit more patient and kind of let the course come to me instead of kind of trying to take it on.
How do you carry that Big Ten Freshman of the Year honor into your NCAA play? Obviously, it's incredibly exciting. You said it was one of your goals, but you don't want to let it get ahead of you.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it was obviously a goal of mine, but now we have new goals. And I think that's really important. I'm a very goal-oriented person. So kind of a new goal now is for us to compete at a regional individually for me and as a team. But yeah, obviously it was a great accomplishment. I'm very proud of what I've done this year, but it's kind of the next idea, the next goal for sure.